All right. So in this Zoom session, we're going to be highlighting Boise State University's Military Programs Department. And this is the go-to team for active duty, National Guard, Reserve students, and their spouses to utilize their military education benefits to their maximum capacity while they're attending Boise State. Today we're going to be covering mostly tuition assistance, which is your main education benefit as a military member. We're going to talk about other benefits that you have available to you, some online program information, and then also highlight some information on CLEP and DSST testing. I will warn you, this next slide, we're going to have a video, might be a little bit loud.
Boise State University is proud to meet the needs of today's modern military student. Our military programs provide active duty, Guard, and Reserve members access to the resources they need, whenever and wherever they need them. We connect with military students on the Boise State campus, Mountain Home Air Force Base, Gowan Field, and online when their service or lives take them outside of Idaho. Our team provides ongoing support, guiding students with personalized advice and information as they work toward graduation. We reduce costs of military students with our new tuition assistance program and our award-winning testing facilities where students can earn college credits by passing national exams. Our commitment to quality in all we do helps reduce barriers and increase access to education for service members. Boise State Military Programs brings the blue to our men and women in uniform.
Boise State brought the blue to me.
So meet the team. This is the military programs team. My name is Laura Porter and I'm the program coordinator. We also have AJ Bliss, who is our administrative support specialist, and Bonnie Jacks, who is one of our online program advisors who also supports us. We have offices on Mountain Home Air Force Base, which is pictured there to your left. We're in the Base Education Center on Falcon Street. We also have an office in the JFHQ building on Gowan Field National Guard Base. And then you can always reach us online or over the phone when you need some assistance, have questions, or just want to say hi. So we do have students that are in every military branch and also in the components of those such as National Guard and Reserves. Our students are stationed all over the world and they're also working on their degrees while they're deployed. And that's one of the beauties of online programs that many of our military members take advantage of. And I'll dive into that a little bit deeper here in a moment. So no matter what branch you're in, we have the expertise and the resources available to make sure that you use the most of your education benefits. So I'm going to talk mostly about federal tuition assistance, or TA, which is going to be your largest and probably most well-known education benefit. There are several factors that play into how much funding, when you can get the funding. And most of this lies in what branch you're in. There are different requirements, different stipulations and guidelines depending on what branch you serve in. Also, if you are active duty or Guard, this also has some bearing on how much funding you can get. The classes you take, whether they're inside or outside of your degree program. And then there are some other branch-specific requirements, such as the Air Force and the Navy require a TA 101 briefing, and that you'll have to take care of, check the box so that you can request tuition assistance and have it approved. And then there are also some select Army bases that will require you to take an education briefing. And since we've kind of moved a lot of our operations online, and maybe your station, if you're not in Idaho, has moved to mission essential personnel only, a lot of your briefings can be offered through an online format. So always a good idea to check in with your base education center as your first step when you're thinking about using your education benefits, or even before you even apply to a school. It's great to check in with a counselor. So tuition assistance, you can get $250 per credit hour. And depending on your branch, you can get $400 to $4,500 per fiscal year. And this runs October 1st through September 30th each year. And tuition assistance unfortunately excludes the funding books and fees. It is strictly for tuition. Where to request it? Also depends on what branch you're in. They each have their own education platform, we'll call them. So for example, if you're in the Air Force, you're going to request tuition assistance through what's called AFVEC, or your Air Force Virtual Education Center. If you're in the Army, you're going to use GoArmyEd. And then if you're in the Navy, Coast Guard, or Marines, you're going to use WebTA. How to get it? It's a pretty linear process. The first step, it's really a great idea to check in with your base education center counselors, like I said, and then you want to enroll in classes. And usually you do this after speaking with an advisor. They can help guide you by your requirements so that you're enrolling in the right classes and the right sections of those classes. But you can't create a TA request until you're enrolled in classes for an upcoming semester. You also can't create a TA request if the class has already started. There are deadlines, depending on what branch you're in, once again, when you can start requesting these. And I'd be happy to go into more detail if you have any questions. Please let me know in the chat and I can elaborate further. So you'll create a TA request, and this has all the specific information such as start and end dates, the section of the class, how much it costs, how many credits it is. And once you see this, it'll make a lot more sense. You're then going to press submit, and it gets sent to your branch's education office where they'll approve it generally within 2 or 3 business days. And if there's something wrong, you're missing some documentation or information, they will let you know. So always a good idea not to wait until the last minute in case there is an issue with your TA request. You want to get it done as soon as possible so that you're in the clear, one more thing off your plate, and you're ready to get your classes started. Once you have received notification that it has been approved, you're going to go into whatever platform you use and download this award authorization document. It's also called your TA form for short. And then it's very important to upload it online. And I'll show you the website for this. This is how we get the form, and we can start to process it. And then we apply the funding directly to your account balance, which will show up as soon as you enroll in classes. It's not an automatic process. So if you don't see it right away, don't be concerned. We'll get to it. And if you have any questions, you see something wrong, maybe you're confused why you got that amount of funding or why you didn't get funding, please let us know. We're always available to chat. If you're in the Navy, do let me know down in the chat because there are a few more details for the requirements to use Navy tuition assistance. It's just a little bit unique. Moving on, we're going to show a TA example. We will pretend that this student is an Air Force member. She's taking classes part-time. She's in the online business management program, taking English 102 for the fall semester. This is her award authorization document, what's populated after she creates a TA request in AFVEC. It's going to show she's enrolled in English 102. These are the start and end dates, number of credits. Cost per credit is $350 per credit hour. So the government is going to pay $750 of that in TA. She then downloads it. She takes it to our website, easily accessible by searching in the search box, military tuition assistance. Always a good idea to bookmark this page so you have it readily available, because you're going to need to do this every time you have a new TA request, which could be 1 or 2 times a semester. She's going to input her information. Her name is Buster Bronco. Once she puts in her email and presses submit, it will send her a notification that her TA form has been approved and received. And then once we apply the funding, she'll get another email that says this has been applied to your account. She's going to upload the file. Make sure that you keep these saved to your computer for your own records. Press submit. She's all done. That's all she has to do to get TA for that semester. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'd be happy to go into that a little bit further. But it's a pretty simple process and it'll get easier as you go through again and again. More benefits. There are plenty. We're going to start with fee waivers. This is relatively new. If you have not applied yet and you'd like to be in a fully online program at Boise State, we will provide an online application fee waiver for you. You just have to let me know. or someone on our military programs team, and we'll provide a coupon code for you to input at the end of your application so that you don't have to pay the $50 fee. If you're an on-campus student, there's what's called an intent to enroll fee. That's $100. We can also waive that. There should not be a situation where you are assessed both of these fees. It'll be either or, depending on what kind of student you are. The enrollment fee is applied to your account after you've been accepted to Boise State, but before you're allowed to enroll in any classes. Priority enrollment. As veteran status, which you would be as an active duty National Guard or Reserve student, you're eligible to enroll at an earlier date, and this is called a priority enrollment date. We also have a solid support system for you. We have our offices on Mountain Home Air Force Base and Gowan Field, like I mentioned. You can book a video appointment with us online, give us a call, drop us an email, and when we're back in our offices, hopefully soon, you can drop by and see us. Many students come see us each semester so that they can get some in-person advising. You also have access to the Veteran Services Book Lending Library, which can really save you some money. So if you're living in the Boise or Mountain Home area, we're happy to get a book checked out online for you. You can search through their website and make sure that they have the particular textbook that you need for your classes. You add it to your cart, they'll notify you that it's available, and then either I can pick it up, you can go to campus and pick it up. Either way, we should have at least a couple books that you can use if you're an in-state student. We also have free testing services. You may have heard of CLEP and DSST exams. These will award college credit for exams that you take. It kind of encompasses all the subject of one class, such as English or math. There are a lot of study sources available for you to take advantage of, and then you're welcome to test on campus at our testing center or our testing center on Mountain Home Air Force Base. There are also testing centers wherever you're stationed. They're most likely in the Base Education Center. Even when you're deployed, there are testing locations that you can take these exams at. And I'll go into a little more detail on testing in the next page. Free testing. So like I said, as a military member, you can take free CLEP and DSST exams. This is just for your first attempt, so make sure you put some effort into studying. Take a stab at this exam. For example, you could take college mathematics. If you pass, you get 3 credits for Math 123, and you don't have to take that class. These are our 5 most popular exams, but there are dozens that you can take advantage of. And no matter where you're going to school, even if you're still working on your community college of the Air Force degree, these are a great resource to really save you some time and money. Even if you fail the first attempt and you want to retake it, it's about $88 to take at our testing center, which is far less expensive than taking the class. And we do have an award-winning testing center on Mountain Home Air Force Base. For the past few years, we've been awarded top 25 in the nation for military testing centers for outstanding performance. If you have any more questions about testing, how to test, where to test, what classes you should test out of, please let me know and I'm happy to talk to you more about it. You can also have your scores sent directly to Boise State. Please don't have them sent to yourself. So if you indicate when you're signing up for an exam that you'd like to have the scores sent to us, we get the score directly, can apply the credit to your account, and you don't really have to worry about anything outside of that. Next, I want to talk about Boise State Online, which is highly utilized by our military members because it offers the flexibility to complete your classes wherever you're stationed, even when you're deployed, like I mentioned earlier. Some of our most popular undergraduate programs are the Bachelor's of Applied Science, or BAS, Business Management, and Public Health. There is also a selection of master's degree programs, such as an MBA and Master's of Social Work. All of these you can use tuition assistance for. I also want to highlight the online degree pathway. This is kind of like a supplement to your degree, and it allows you to take the foundation classes that you'll need for any program. It's communication, math, humanities, social sciences. You can take them online so that you don't have to worry about coming to campus when you need the flexibility to take a class and get those out of the way for your degree. Probably the most important thing that I want to talk about is what's called the TA Promise program. It's relatively new, but we've had great success with it. It's saving students a lot of money. So essentially how it works, if you're in one of these fully online programs, and there are several more on our website, if you want to go to boisestate.edu/online, use your tuition assistance. So you create an account, send it our way, we apply that funding to your account, and then we make a second payment that covers the rest of your tuition. So for example, if you're in a class that TA will pay $750 for, you have a remaining $300, we take care of that for you. So if you're using TA in one of these online programs, you're eligible for the TA Promise, which I can happily help you with, then you're really not paying any tuition. You might pay for a book here and there. We can waive your application fee. It's an excellent, excellent deal. So many of our students taking advantage of this are going part-time. If you're active duty, you're more than likely only taking 2 classes a semester or 6 credits. So this is going to save you about $600 per semester if you're going part-time, or $1,800 per year if you go in fall, spring, and summer. That's all that I have for you today. I'm now going to field some questions and provide you with some answers. This could be on anything that I talked about, anything that I did not talk about. You'll notice that I didn't touch on GI Bill. That's because GI Bill is processed by our Veteran Services Center, which is a separate office from military programs. I'm happy to point you in the right direction if you are a separated veteran or you're a dependent looking to use your GI Bill benefits. But I can answer questions about the exams that I mentioned, the TA Promise I'm happy to go into more detail on. Tuition assistance was our big hitter for today. How to contact us, anything that you might need some more information on, I'm here. I'll hang out for a little bit longer. Drop me some questions in the chat, or you're welcome to unmute yourself and ask out loud. Other than that, you're welcome to sign off and shoot us an email if you want to ask some questions later or set up an appointment to talk with us one-on-one. We'd be more than happy to help. You can email militaryprograms@boisestate.edu. And happy Bronco Day. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And thank you so much for joining.